Hey guys, MaxLPQueen here, and welcome back to what could possibly be one of the last episodes of our Sorcerer story. Yes, our story with Peregrine is finally coming to an end. We've done everything that we needed to do. We completed all of the actual story quest. There isn't really much left to do except for the level 65 quest, which you can see I've already started doing myself, because I wanted to kind of go through a little bit of what it's going to be require basically for me to finish the game and kind of make it complete for you guys. So I went through a couple of the dungeons just to see, this isn't going to be part of the story, this is just some random thing, and turns out it actually was. So it's not anything that we're going to need to worry about. I just went through them basically to complete a couple of quests because, as you can see in my inventory here, things are looking a little bit different, and of course we can definitely go through those as well because this will be one of the final episodes. I think next episode will actually be the final episode. We'll just have to see what we can get done in this one, but it's been a really long time for me since I have actually recorded anything involving TERA or any game in particular at all, because I've actually been away for quite a while from recording. You know that I bulk record a lot, and this is actually the first time in the new year basically, that I've actually recorded, which is kind of weird, but I basically bulk recorded for a long time, and I'm really glad that I did, because honestly, if I hadn't, I probably don't know what would have happened, because a lot of things happened to me over those past few months since I stopped recording, which I think was around last May? I want to say May? Might have been, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was May, because that was going to be the summer. And then with June and July and August, then September, October, November, and December, of course, I wasn't doing very much of anything because I told you guys I was going to bulk record, and then I'll probably go ahead and get ready to do all the other stuff I had to do at the end of the year, Christmas, Thanksgiving, all that stuff. So I basically recorded a whole bunch, and I got a lot done. So I'm back to try to get a few more episodes in, because you never know when you can use them, and I definitely needed them, so I'm super glad I did that, because I ended up having a whole bunch of stuff happen to me towards the end of the year, and I'm super glad that I was able to get that many episodes recorded. But enough about that. Basically what we need to do right now, we're here at the Amad Junk Trading Post, Century Post, whatever you want to call it. Basically because we're going to start at this quest here that you received once you get to level 65, which definitely is going to help you out. The Spring Valley quest to get yourself your flying mount, which of course you're definitely going to want because they're a whole lot better than having the regular old horse that can't fly. So we need to speak to Morik. I'm back to not being able to say any of the names in this game. Morik in the Goblin Smugglers League. So we need to talk to him. He is over here. Right? Yes, Morik. Because you can see my outfit actually has changed a bit as well. Because I did a little bit of upgrading on my gear. We are definitely different from last time, but we will definitely talk about that as soon as we get our flying skill, because that'll be the next thing we talk about. Hello, I am Morik. I study flying creatures. My current line of research is determining whether or not they could be used as mounts. Can you imagine flying through the sky, the wind in your hair? I can't wait to try it myself. Alright, Morik, however you say your name. Are you Peregrine? You have gotten quite the reputation around the camp here. I wonder if you can help me. You see, I borrowed some money a time ago from the Goblin Smugglers League in order to continue my research. I finally have the funds to repay my debt, but the money launderer refuses to take it. I gave him some of my notes as collateral, and he believes they are more valuable than to him than my money. Well then how can I help? I need to get my notes back, but Carta, the moneylender, refuses to even talk to me. Could you please persuade him to return my research? Well, I will see what I can do. Just for you, Mulric. I'll see what I can do. Feels weird playing Sorcerer again. I have been playing my own Sorcerer quite a bit, but I'm just not used to playing the Sorcerer. Carta runs Smugglers League, Carta greatest smuggler ever. More important, Carta greatest merchant ever. That Baraka tells you his story. Not whole story. His debt is long overdue. Papers on mine now. Can't we come to like a compromise or something? No compromise. Actually, there's something more valuable than Baraka papers. My frog. Frog disappeared this morning. You return my frog and I'll give you papers. Go look around Crystal Merchant. Frog likes shiny things. Frog, shiny things, Crystal Merchant. Got it. I don't really understand why they decided to give you this quest at level 65 rather than give it to you when you actually arrive here at the trading post. Like, even when you're making your way back, you know how we got here, we got the quest, and then we made like a little loop around the place? Honestly, I think it would have been better if you would have just given it to us then, but what do I know? Crystals, get your crystals here. What? Garta's frog? Yes, I saw it. It was trying to eat my stock. I'm sure Carta trained it to steal crystals for him. Anyway, I chased it off and went under that big wagon. And it went under that big wagon by behind my tent. It's probably still there. Okay, I'll try there, thanks. My phone just literally went off and it's like on the other side of the room. I guess I'll go get it. Well, that's nothing I need to worry about right now. Anyway, I'm in the middle of something. Okay. We found the frog, and now we have to return or report to Carta. And my phone's gonna go off again because I didn't check the message. I just wanted to see who it was. Alrighty. Under wagon. Not likely. Frog loves heights. Here, use this. You get up there too. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how you get your flying skill. You need to basically try to find this frog, and this frog happens to be on top of the building. So in order to get to him, to talk to him, you need your flying mount, which is basically the only reason we're getting it right now. Just so we can get up there and talk to this frog. So I'm going to replace it with my ground mount horse. And now we're just going to have a horse that's basically the same thing, but with wings, and we can fly now, which I'm very happy about. Let's get on up here, and let's talk to this frog, see what he has to say. You see Carta's frog eyeing the Crystal Merchant's tent. The massive beast has to be Carta's frog. Come on, Froggy, time to go home. The frog is too massive to move. Huh, maybe Carta has some advice. Alright, so we can't obviously do anything with that frog because he's too massive to move, and he doesn't want to talk to us, but that's alright. We'll talk to Carta, see what he has to say. Don't think we need that anymore. What? He won't move? Frog must be happy there. I'll get him later. Well, what about Mulric's note? Did winged horses not come? Baraka papers seem to work fine for you, and now you want them again. Go away, goblin robber. Tell Mulric all about your day. Okay. Whatever you say. I will tell Mulric that we are doing what he said. Here's his papers, I guess. Here you are. Did you get my research? Oh no, you used it. Carta, that sly fiend. He knew how much those notes meant to me, and that's why he wanted you to use them. Oh, I'm so sorry. What will you do now? I suppose I'll have to try to reconstruct my research from my subsequent notes. Still, Carta made a huge error in judgment. He gave you my collateral, but I never repaid him. Take the money. If he asks me about it, I'll tell him that I did the same thing with it that he did with my research. Okay. Well, good luck, Mulric. So basically we did all that for 80 gold. And our flying mount, which apparently was supposed to go to Mulric, but it's not. It goes to us now. So let's get down to some brass taxes business here. one of the other major reasons why I wanted to do this episode was because I wanted to show you guys this stuff here. The new, well, I guess not new. It was new, but now it's not. What's current right now, basically, the gearing system in TERA has changed so much. But basically, you just gotta go into dungeons and run them like crazy. And you'll get all kinds of these little things here that you can use to upgrade your gear. And of course, I've got a whole bunch of them. I got some of these boxes as well that I didn't open yet. I wanted to show you guys that you can actually open them. I know some people, I don't think, know that you can open them. I'm not sure. I didn't know at first that I could open them. I just put them in my bank and I forgot about them. But then I figured out that you can open them and I was like, oh, okay, cool. So we're going to go ahead and upgrade some gear here because I have been working pretty hard. I got my Guardian gear, but there isn't anything that I can really do with it yet. Because I think I have to enchant it. Yes. So you'll get your Guardian gear when you get to level 65. You will enchant it to, I think it's +6. You have to have all your materials though. So I will show you guys, of course, how to enchant it. Basically, you got to get all of your materials, and you obviously have to have the gold for it. Because as you can see down here, my gold each time that I'm enchanting is going up each time. So you're gonna have to run a bunch of dungeons. Basically, is what that means. They're giving out more gold for dungeons now, and I can see why. Because it's 1,000 now. We're at 1,000, and we're not even at +6 yet. So that's a lot. But once you get it all the way up to +6, that's fully enchanted. And that's basically where you will take off your crystals, and then when you have it enchanted to +6, you can upgrade it to Twist Shard, which is the next up from Guardian. I think it's Guardian, Twist Shard, and then Stormcry, I think? I'm not really sure. I haven't even actually gotten past Twist Shard yet, I don't think. I'm not really too big on gearing up all the way because it costs a whole bunch. It's like 200k or something per level up or something like that. I don't know, but basically, you're gonna see here, I don't know if it shows on the Guardian gear. Yeah, I don't think it does. You don't have to worry about this until you get to Twist Shard, I believe. But once you get to Twist Shard, you're not going to want to go straight away into enchanting it. Because you can see down there where it says, above attack modifier, it says item XP 0 out of 328. You want to make sure to get that as close to that number, if not over that number, before you start enchanting. So I have the materials here to go to a Twist Shard. So I'm going to go ahead and upgrade it so I can show you guys basically. We're going to go from 421 to 4, whatever it said, 433. So here is my Twist Shard disc, and once you do that, you're going to get all of your different skill sets, whatever you want to put on them, your enchantment effects. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this stuff on here for my class. Each class is different, and I believe for the Sorcerer, it is, I'm not really too sure actually. It's been a while since I've actually looked at the Sorcerer. So we're going to go with this for now. It's probably wrong, but whatever. I just need to make an example. So I got my Twist Shard here. I can enchant it if I put it here. So you can see where it says 0 out of 328. Get that as close as possible, basically, before you even start to enchant it. Because this will be able to make it easier for you to get your enchantments up to whatever, I think it's +9. I think +9 is Twist Shard. It might still be +6, but I don't exactly remember. It's been a little while since I've done this gear stuff. I mostly just go in and do a couple dungeons and stuff, and then I'm pretty much done. Because you want to get your XP all the way up first before you even bother to enchant, because it makes your success rate a lot higher. And since it costs so much gold now to enchant, you want to make sure that success rate is as high as it can possibly go before you actually even bother with trying to level up your gear or anything. And you can also do this as well with your earrings and your circlets and your belts. You can upgrade them to something else if you have the materials. All you have to do is upgrade it. Now, you do need to keep in mind, once you do this, that you're going to have the same thing happen, basically, that you had with your other stuff. You're going to select your enchantments on it, do endurance, put that back on, and it makes you take off your crystals before you can do it. The item EXP thing is going to show up again. Make sure you get that up there before you even try to enchant. Unless you just think you have really good RNG. If you do, then go ahead. Because I've been kind of lucky with it, because I had no idea that that item EXP thing was even there. And I've been upgrading my gear pretty fast, and it hasn't failed too much. And then someone is watching me do it, and they're like, wow, you have really good RNG, or you're just really crazy if you're trying to enchant with 0 XP. So apparently I was doing it wrong all along, but you can upgrade everything or enchant it, basically. That's the new stuff, is what I'm trying to say. All new now, so everything's changed, of course. Will you use more semi scrolls, I guess, if you want to change, just like before, if you want to change your roles on something. I haven't had to use these yet because they basically let you do it. So if you did happen to get the wrong one, you know, you can just change it. It's not that big of a deal. I happen to have a lot of semi scrolls, but who knows how much those go for anymore now, since you need them a lot more. But I think that's actually going to do it for this episode, though. It's not going to be too long. Basically, we're going to need to go back to where we were before. We're going to need to go back to Highwatch, because we have a few things we'll need to do there. So I think let's keep that in there, put that in there, that there. There we go. Okay. Also, if you have any of the old stuff in your inventory, you can dismantle it. I believe it gives you these entropic emblems. If you do disenchant stuff, it gives you one of the two. There's some other things that you can get as well, which I'm trying to think what they're called, but I can't think of what they're called right now. See if they're in this... metamorphic emblems. It either gives you those for disenchanting stuff or these gold ones here. Either way, you can use this stuff, right click it, to buy some things that you need to craft. If you're a little low on gold and you have more emblems, then you can definitely do that, because you're going to use all this stuff to be crafting your gear. And there's also some consumables if you need those as well. Basically all the stuff you need. You'll have the resizers if you have some of the old gear and you want to do like the plus 15s. I don't know if those are still a thing, but they still have the gear here, so I'm not too sure, but they're still here if you would like to do that as well. But I think we're going to go ahead and probably end off the episode right here. I need to go ahead and actually fly back to Highwatch, because we're going to be starting off over on the right side. You can see where the quest says Echoes. If you can read it, it says talk to Rimmon, keeper of the Hall of Knowledge. So he's going to be there, and we're going to be doing that basically for our last episode, because that is going to give us some very interesting story here. A very interesting backstory into one of our main villains that we've been trying to fight this whole entire time since we've arrived in this area. We're going to get a little bit of backstory on him, and that's kind of why I wanted to end it on that. Mostly because, if you can see down there below it, it says the metal refinery, I think is what it's called. I'm not too sure. That is one of the bigger dungeons. You have to have a lot of item level to go in there. Right here, item level 431, so it's not too bad, but it is it's one of the much stronger dungeons. So I feel like I'm not really going to be able to go through that with you guys. Besides, I already said that the ending quests and stuff have nothing to do with the story anyway, and that's basically what our focus was on, was the story. So I'm probably not going to keep that quest on there. I'll get rid of that. I basically want to do the echoes, because that was actually pretty cool, I thought, and I think it'd be good to kind of get back there and see some glimpses into the past and stuff, because this is going to be really cool little part of the story that we'll actually get to next episode. But for now, I think we'll just go ahead and end it off here, because we're getting towards the end of our story, unfortunately, but I think it'd be best if we saved the best for last, I guess. So we'll have one more episode, and then we will finally end our Sorcerer story, which I'm very happy that we're going to be ending it on, like, what is it? Is this like episode 60? I think I can check. Just give me a second. So this is going to be episode 59 right now. So it's going to be 60 episodes that we have done of this game. And I'm super, super happy about that, because I never thought that we would have 60. I always thought, like at the beginning of the series, I said we were going to have over 1,000 episodes, because this game is so detailed and so intense, and like there's so much story involved in this game. So I really did not expect that we would be at 60. I thought we'd be a lot more than 60, but it is perfectly fine with me. I'm happy we're at 60, or we're going to be at 60. I think that'd be fine. It's a great ending point, and it's not too long. I know 60 is kind of long, but it's not the 1,000 episodes I said it would be, or the 100 that I said it would probably be. It's basically the a long thing that we finally are getting ready to finish up, because it has been so long since we have actually been able to kind of finish this up. So it's gonna be good to finally end the series, but you know, not like in TERA gameplay, I guess, but like in the series, because all stories have to have an ending, and Perigen's story has to have an ending as well. So I think it'd be great to finally end on a high note with her. So that's going to do it for this episode, but I will see you guys next time with what will be the final episode of our Sorcerer story.